Alrighty, this is week 2 of learning Japanese. This week, the challenge I'm setting for myself is 3 goals. 1. Learn the second alphabet of Japanese, katakana. 2. Memorize 100 new additional words in Japanese. 3. Watch some anime in Japanese without English subtitles. Let's see if we can do it by the end of the week. Okay, so we are on day 2 of week 2 of learning Japanese. So my 3 goals, I already accomplished the first goal. So learning katakana. I wouldn't say memorized it, but I've covered all of the katakana. I feel pretty good about it. I'm going to continue practicing with it. And then for my second goal, learning 100 words. I made the flashcards for that. And then I haven't picked an anime yet to watch. But I didn't realize that the katakana would be almost exactly the same as the hiragana. The only difference is the symbols. They look a little differently. Because I knew katakana was meant for foreign words. So I was expecting it was going to have things like L's and like Y's and like different symbols to like make different sounds. But it's the exact same sounds. It's just to let the Japanese people know that like, hey, this word is originating from another country, or this word is emphasized. So it's kind of an interesting way to use it, but I've learned it. I'm going to keep practicing it. But yeah, that's day 2. Alrighty, so I'm on day 3, and I feel like I'm not making a lot of progress. I finished the first, katakana. I tried watching some anime. It was like Gaku Techu, something like that. About like 2 worlds that are like separated. Like there's like this poor community and then there's this rich community, and it was all in English, all in Japanese and Japanese subtitles. And I thought like, hey, I'm getting kind of better at Japanese. But when I put it on, like I couldn't understand the subtitles at all. Like it looked like each single character on the subtitles was kanji, which I don't know yet because that's next week. So I felt like a little like demoralized or just a little down, like, oh man, I can't read this. Like even now, like I'm trying to memorize these 100 words. I feel like maybe it was like a stretch goal. Maybe I bit off more than I could chew. But I'm trying to familiarize myself a little bit with kanji. So like even on these words that I'm trying to like memorize, like I'll write them down, and then I'll write the kanji on the other side. So not that I'm like trying to remember it, but like I'm not looking at just the kanji and trying to figure out what the word is, but it's just something that I have with the actual word. And it seems like Japanese uses so much kanji, like it makes me want to learn kanji right now. But I'm going to stick with this goal to try to get these 100 words down. Even though I don't know the kanji for it, like I wouldn't be able to recognize it if I was trying to read it. At least it would let me understand it well by writing it with the hiragana and katakana. So I'm going to keep doing that, and then I'm hoping it starts to stick in my head a little bit. Like I've had these words and like I've looked at them probably like 5 times, like each one 5 times, and there's like probably 30 on both these pages, but it just feels like it's not sticking in my head. So I'm gonna keep trying, and hopefully I'll get it. We'll make some progress on these 100 words, and yeah, that's where we're at today. So we are on day 5. I got most of the 100 words memorized, so I feel pretty good about most of them. I'm going to keep practicing them. Obviously, I learned the second alphabet already. And then the anime I've been watching is I've been reincarnated into a slime. It's a slime guy. Well, no, it's a guy who's like a good guy, and then it's like kind of like he jumps in the way to save this like couple, and then he gets stabbed, and then he ends up being reincarnated into a slime. And then he accidentally meets a dragon, and he gets all these cool powers by being a slime. And I like it so far. I just have no idea what's going on. I don't even know his name. All I know is Slaimu, and I think Garu means wolf. I haven't learned that word yet, but I'm guessing that's what that means. And Goblin, something like that. I've also, a lot of the words in katakana, they sound just like English words, like projekuto, and komento is like it sounds like comment and project, so that's kind of cool. It makes it easy to memorize. But yeah, that's day 5. I'm feeling good, and we'll keep chugging along. I feel like by day 7 I'm gonna have all 100 done.
Alrighty, day 6. I feel good about the 100 words. Memorized the second alphabet. But the anime, I didn't realize that there's 24 episodes in season 1 of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. So I'm gonna watch what I can, and I'll recap it at the end of tomorrow as I finish day 7. But I don't think I'm gonna go through all 24 episodes. One, I can't understand anything that's going on, so I'm just, seeing them yell around, and I'll show what that's like later. It's just a lot of content. I think it would be, I tried calculating, I think it'd be around 6 hours of content that I'd have to watch by tomorrow. So I'd have to watch that in the morning. And I don't know if I'm gonna do that. So I'm okay with losing that part of the challenge, but I am proud of myself for the rest of it. But we'll see where I'm at tomorrow. It's been good so far. Honestly, I'm already looking forward to going to kanji next week. Yeah, day 6 is in the bag.
Alright, so here's the recap. And spoiler alert, if anyone wants to watch this later. Of the first 6 episodes, at least. The show starts off with this little girl. She's running around through the flames. The mom gets smashed by a building. But then the little girl gets enveloped by flames, and it's like flaming sphere. Then it cuts to this guy in the modern world with cars and stuff. And this is the main character right here, this regular looking guy in the middle. And then this mugger was coming with a knife to stab this couple that he was friends with, and he ends up getting stabbed in the process of sacrificing himself to save the couple, or the guy or the girl. And then it goes to this crazy cutscene of all these lights and colors and humans. He wakes up and then after that he wakes up in a cave as a slime. So he's this slime now. So that guy you saw before, he's now this, and he's in this cave, and then he tries to eat this flower and it disintegrates. So he starts eating flowers, he starts eating rocks, and he's like, hey, I can kind of eat stuff. And then every time he does this, he gets this screen over the whole frame. It's skill acquired or something like that. But basically he's learning skills as he collects these things. And then he learns how to swim and stuff. So then he ends up finding this dragon encased in this force field. And this is the dragon, all huge and scary, and this is him. It's little booger on the bottom. So he talks to him and the dragon, and he ends up getting an argument or making a deal or something like that. Eventually, though, what the slime does is he encases the whole force field and he absorbs it, and he ends up accidentally eating or killing the dragon. I don't know if it was intentional or not. And then he ends up, by the time he absorbs the dragon, he's trying to leave the cave, and he ends up eating giant bats, giant spiders, giant snakes, and he gets a whole bunch of skills from that. And he eventually leaves the cave. So then he leaves the cave, he sees all these goblins, and they can sense his aura. They're like, oh man, this guy's built different. Let's go ask him to help us, because we've had those wolves that have been terrorizing our village. So then the slime agrees, all right, I'll come to your village. He helps them. So he helps the goblins by doing this thing where he's absorbing them and then taking all the sickness out of them and then spitting them back. And this old guy here, he ends up becoming this hulking goblin king. And then these guys are all healed, and all of the goblins end up becoming humanoid. And then he's like, all right, let's deal with the problem. Let's go fight these wolves. So the battle happens. He turns into this wolf after he killed the main alpha wolf, and then all the other wolves end up submitting to him. So now they live in a village where he's got these humanoid goblins that are there. There's wolves that live in the village now once they all move in, and they're living in the village. He's like, hey, I want to meet some dwarves. So he goes to the kingdom of dwarves, and he's waiting in line to get in, and he ends up picking a fight, and he gets thrown in prison with this little goblin friend. But in prison, he ends up meeting these dwarfs and befriending them, and then he goes to little blacksmith place, and he makes friends with them and shows them how he can make stones from the stones he absorbed in the cave. And this jacked guy is the main guy of the dwarves, and he's real cool. He looks like Santa Claus. So then the dwarfs go drinking with the slime, and then they get in a fight with this other human guy. And because the human guy knew the king, all the dwarfs and the slime and the goblin get thrown in jail. So basically what happens is, I don't know what happens in this court case with the king, but they meet the king and they get thrown out of the kingdom. So now the dwarfs are like, hey, where do we go? And the slime's like, oh, I got this sweet village. So then they all go to the village. But while they're at the village, this like human party starts running up and is running away from ants. And in the party, they end up seeing this like mysterious girl. She's on the bottom here. And she is like super powerful. She ends up saving them from these ants with like her fire power sword, and she's overpowered. She's real good. But then the slime ends up saving them. Is like, hey, let's feed you guys. So they come to the goblin, wolf, dwarf village with the slime, and they end up feeding the human people. And then the slime meets this girl and is like, hey, I really like you. I heard about you before. And then turns out this powerful girl with the fire sword was the same girl from the beginning of the series that got encased in the fire. So yeah, we find that out, and then the slime ends up holding this girl, or the girl's really holding him, and they're looking off in the sunset. And that's the end. And that's the end of the first 6 episodes. I really like it so far. I'm gonna finish it, even though I didn't have the time to finish all 24 episodes this season. I will finish them next week. But yeah, I hope you guys liked week 2 of learning Japanese. Next week, I think I'm gonna be learning kanji, and maybe I'll do something other fun thing. But yeah, thanks for watching.